Hey guys, welcome back to WilmerWoodworks. If you've been watching the channel for a little while, about a year ago I put in my yard shed and I made a few videos putting the carpet in, putting the ramp in, things like that. Since it's been a little over a year, I feel like it needs some attention. Recently I picked up a Jackery solar box with solar panels, so I've got power out there again finally, and I wanted a way to illuminate the space. So I found these landscape lights, little path lights, because at the time I had installed some 4x4 posts with some solar lights, but unfortunately they didn't make it a year. They were very bright, but after a few hurricanes they got broken and things like that. So I've got some hardwired landscape lights that will install and plug into that Jackery system, and we'll only have it run it for a few hours every night, but with the solar panels it should be able to recharge and we should be good to go. So we're going to do a little unboxing. These lights are pretty neat. They do have the RGB color changing, and you can also change the intensity of how bright they are. We're going to mount some of those on those 4x4 posts, which is not recommended. They do come with a stake. So we'll probably also put a few with the stakes to illuminate the ramp. So when I go out there at night, I can actually find my way. So we'll get to the unboxing, then we'll do an install, and then we'll do a reveal so you'll see how bright these lights are running off of solar only. They are 12 volt lights, so you will need a transformer. I just got the lights only. I already have my own transformer, but we'll go into all details of that as we do the install. So let's get straight to the unboxing. All right, so here we go. So out of the gate you get instructions, of course. This was a 6-pack of the lights, so they have a bronze color. We got the stakes, we got the lights, wing nuts, or wire nuts I mean. What do we got here? Oh, we got the actual stakes, so these are just the poles, and the caps. Let's see what these bad boys look like put together. So as I said before, I'll probably only be using 2 of these stakes. Let's see. I like that they're not plastic, so at least they're not going to bend or crack in the high winds that we have here. Okay, so it also looks like I should be reading the instructions, but if you watch any of my other videos, you know I just kind of wing it, because that's what we do here. I wish they didn't put that tag on there. There we go. Takes care of that. Okay, now that we got the wire threaded through that base, we'll just put this on. And then this has a little kick out for the wire, which is nice. So I'm going to put these in a couple of 4x4 posts that I've already got out by the building. So I'll just have to use a Forstner bit to drill that out, put that in that hole, and then drill out on the side there for that wire to come out. And then hopefully this is enough wire to go down to the ground, and then we'll go back into that shed. And then we have our nice little hats. And that's really a nice design, and it's pretty sleek. So we'll have 2 of these down by the base of the ramp, 2 of these on the posts, and then I have 2 other posts where I have the kayak holders that I have out there, and it would be nice to have those illuminated as well. So if we're coming back from a day of kayaking and it's dark, we still can see our way out there without the need of a flashlight. So that's a quick unboxing, and now we'll just get to the install. All right, so I just need to install a couple of these stop blocks so the door doesn't swing open, because this is where I am going to put some landscape lights, and I want to make sure that it doesn't destroy the landscape light. Now I'll probably come back here, clean this up a little bit later, but for right now, this should be fine. Now I'll just bubble that up. Okay, so now that'll prevent the door from swinging so wide that it'll hit this post and mess anything up. Originally I had this anchor in here, but when the shed moved and I had to re-level it, that kind of messed everything up. So for now, when I want to keep the door open, I could just put this bungee in here, and then that holds it a bit. Okay, let's change out our bit and we should be good to go. All right, so now all we gotta do is mark the center of this post. So we'll drill down that and then drill sideways. Let's see. I'm gonna have to come down this way with the wire because I don't have enough room in the back to drill out. I'll just try to make this as straight as possible. And we will turn this to 1, turn this all the way up. See how that looks. I think that might look pretty nice. So now with the drill chucked down, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my pencil, I'm gonna mark a line on that bit so I know where to stop for all the others so they're all in the same spot. Okay, and then what I'll do is I'll go and I'll get some tape and I'll put that as a little flag. Now that I have that marked, just got some painter's tape and I'll just wrap that around that bit as a flag, keeping the straight side down. And now I'll just stop at that point with this chucked in the same way it is. This way I will not lose what that depth is. So then they'll all be sticking out the same height. So we'll go around and we'll drill the others. We'll come back, we'll install a relief hole for the wire out the side, put some tie straps on or some wire management, and then we'll be able to run some landscape wires and fire this up, see what it looks like. All right, 2 more to do. And these are those solar lights that I had, which the solar has burned out now. It's a shame because these units were not as cheap as you would think. But with these wired in, they should be good to go. All right, now with all 4 holes cut, we can drill a relief hole for our wire and then set the posts into place. And with the hurricanes, this stuff is moved a bit, and we should be good to go. Perfect. So that's 1. We just got to do 3 more, and then we have the other 2 that are going to be sitting in the ground. And then we'll just run a screw in here to put some pressure on that to hold that in place. All right, that's 2 more, and then we are done You just have to wire everything up. Alright, so this one here is actually going to go into the ground. So I'm going to just pull that through the stake. I like how they have this little foot notch, so you have that leverage to push down. And I am thinking that I will just put this, I don't want it right next to the bottom of the ramp, but I want it pretty close. Step away and see. And then this wire will go straight back. So basically we're going to wire these up the same way that I'm doing these installs. So the end of the line is going to be this one here. And we'll tie this down. And then probably right at the bottom there we'll have the connector, and then that wire will go straight across to this wire. And again, we'll use the table ties. And then this wire will shoot straight across, diagonal, over to here. And then this will come down. We'll actually pull this wire back over to the corner here, so we'll have a nice setup point. And then I'll go around, tie to that one, but all this will be buried. And then we'll go straight across underneath the ramp. And we'll go to one on this opposing side. We'll go back to there. And then we'll go under the shed and to our transformer. And I have some other palm lights as well that we'll wire into the same transformer. And that's where we're gonna be. Now we'll line that up. Just push that right down in there. I think that looks good. One more and we will start running some wire. All right, so this kit came with just standard blue wire nuts. They do have silicone in it, or you can use these. I've used those before and they've worked out well, but since these came with the kit, I'll just try those, see how they work, and if I have to replace them. So right now I'm just doing some cable management. Just want this to look somewhat clean as it goes down the pole. So maybe we'll just put 3 of these in, and then 1 down at the bottom. Alright, so this wire has a ridge side and a flat side. That's the ridge side. And the flat side. And then we'll just take a short trench from one post to the other. And you just want to make sure you do leave yourself a lot of slack as well. All right, I'll go get my wire cutters and we'll get this side done. And like I said, we do want to leave ourselves a decent amount of slack. And we also have to remember that we are going to come around here to connect to our other line. So we're going to have 3 wires that go into this one hookup. All right, so this is from our end. This is our continuing line. And then this, of course, is our light. So let's just break these. All right, we've got the ridge. We've got the ridge. And here, we've got the ridge. So I got these 3. Try to keep these ends all about the same length. And then just push that in and secure that. And you can see that a little bit of silicone is coming out, which is fine. That's just part of that waterproofing. Since these are outside, obviously, the elements in the rain, we don't want any of that to affect our lights. And this is all low voltage, only 12 volts, but nothing is plugged in yet. Okay. All right, so now we just get our cable management. Start at the top. Bury that. We just want to be very careful when we use the weed trimmer around here. We don't want to pull any of that out. And now we'll just continue down. Now that I've got the landscape wire run, I've just put a couple of screws for the transformer. And right now what I'll do is I will just strip this wire and wire it into the COM and 12 volts. There's also a 15 volt option. That's if you're running a very long line. But since I have this just running off of my solar shed, I'm just going to run off the 12 volt line because we are trying to preserve what little power we have. So the common line is the ribbed line, and I have been making sure to keep those ribbed connections together. And I think after doing this install, I'm going to wait maybe a week or 2 before running additional LEDs on the palms, just because I want to see how long it takes my 110 watt solar panel to charge, because I'm not sure how much voltage this setup is actually going to use. So I do have a little bit more wire than I need, which is always a plus. Okay, now it's running a test right now, so everything should be on. Let's go check it out and see how we made. Okay, well, they're all blinking blue. Now's a good time to go read the instructions. All right, let's see. Download the app. Sign up. Get verification code. Verification code sent. Governing devices. 246. Okay, let's add these. All right, so it looks like it's adding each light individually. Well, that's different. Let's see what else this says. Well, they are pretty slick on the instructions here. I can group these as well. So if Torchstar decides to send me some additional palm lights that are RGB with the Bluetooth, I'm assuming I can control them all with this same app. Well, that's weird. It timed out. Let's try it again and see if it works this time. 6 devices being added. I don't know if it has to be... Oop, something happened. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 going right now. So there's one that's still trying to go. It might be sitting a little too far away from it. Can't tell which one's green and which one's blue. I think me just walking around kind of did it. All right, so let's hit done. Let's see, so now I can individually turn these on and off. What's an AI scene? So if I click on this one, this is number 3, and that's green. Oh, okay, so I could change that to any color I want. So I could do pastels. I wonder if they have, yep, they got scenes. Colorful, gorgeous. I gotta get all these in the same room. Here we go, create a group, add group, shed, path. No, I'll just leave it as shed. So now they're all on shed. I can't see them. All right, so let's clean up the project. We're getting ready to come back later tonight. I want to just share something. So I don't always think everything through, and I put a couple of blocks down here as a stop, so when it swing by and hit the tower over here, or the little sconce. And then when I was putting everything away, I grabbed here and noticed that you could just adjust the chain. So don't overcomplicate things. So I removed those 2 boards, I shortened this chain, and now with this spring, this will never kick over and hit that side again. So just want to keep it real. Let you know that if you saw me doing that, yeah, I kind of messed that up. But hey, we learn. So if you have something like that needs to be done, look for the easy fix first. Come back later tonight and we'll check out these lights, see how they look. Again, I'd like to thank Torchstar for sending me this unit for unboxing and review. They did send it to me for free of charge, which I do greatly appreciate. Let me know in the comments below if you've used any of these products or if you've had similar experiences with RGB or shed lighting on solar. Till next time, my name is Steve, and thanks for watching.